Hey guys, this is just a quick video to get you started on Revit. So if this is the first time you used Revit, it's probably worth you watching this video from start to finish, and if there's anything that you don't understand, pausing and hopefully being able to understand by rewatching. When you first open up Revit, so you can either type into the search bar or find the icon and click on Revit. I think we're using the 2019 version at the moment. This should be the first screen that comes up. It might ask for some licensing things and stuff like that, but this is generally the first screen that will come up. And it's going to give you two options, either to start a new project or a new family. We're going to start a new project, and we'll do one on a construction template. Okay, so I think I'm just going to go new for now, yep, and make sure that it's on a construction template and click OK. So then that will load up our screen. There's a few things that I want to go over in this video that will help you out for your classwork and your assignment. So currently at the moment, I've got a few things on. I can see my properties and I can see my project browser. And at the moment I'm looking at a 2D view of level 1, and I know I'm on level 1 because the text is slightly bold. So at the moment, if I double click on level 2, I'm on level 2, and I know that because the level 2 is now bold. So looking at this, we've got floor plans and ceiling plans. At the moment, I want you to forget about ceiling plans and make sure that you're only using floor plans. So that's the biggest mistake that students make. They might start drawing in level 1 and then they see level 1 down here and they click on that. So make sure you're always under floor plans level 1 where we're starting and that it is highlighted. The next thing up here is our properties. I'm not too sure what they call this, but it's our tab or window for it. It is going to be very important, and we'll get to that later on. But for now, you just need to be aware that it does sit over here. If you are to X out of any of these, and you go, oh no, where have they all gone? You're going to go to View, User Interface, and we want our project browser and our properties, and then they come back again. So that's another common thing. You click them and you go, oh, where did that go? So it's under View and User Interface. So you can bring them back and you can bring in other user interfaces as well. But for the moment, they're the two main ones that we use. You'll see across the top that there's a whole heap of different ribbons. Now, the architecture one is the one that we usually start off in, and there's a couple of key things that I just want to show you here at the moment. So if I was to click on wall, I click on wall and all of a sudden everything changes. I've got this modify tab open at the moment, and this is what I'm using to create my wall. Along here is some very important information. So at the moment it's saying the wall and it's saying give me a height. Okay, give me a height, and I want the height to be unconnected at 4 meters. Well, you could connect it to the level above, but we're not too sure how high that level is. So let's go unconnected. But we'll just start off with a fairly standard height for a wall, 2700. And I'm going to change my location line to finish face. I'm going to go interior. Okay, so if you're sketching the room and you've got interior sizes, you would use the finish face to be interior. If you're using the outside sizes, you go exterior. Okay, so if I left click and I drag in the direction that I want to go, you'll see that there is a blue dotted line. Now that line is indicating to me where the finish face of the interior is, and I know that it's interior because I selected that. So I could type in that I want this big room to be 10 meters, so 10,000, because everything's in millimeters. I'm then going to press enter. And then I've just moved my mouse, I haven't clicked, and then I could type in 5,000. And you'll notice that I'm going anti-clockwise in the way that I do this. And that's so that the inside is always to the inside of my house. So otherwise I'd have bricks on the inside and plasterboard on the outside. Okay, so I could type in 10,000 again, or I can get the computer to predict what I'm trying to do. And to do that, I haven't clicked at all. I've just hovered over and I'm allowing it to do some thinking for me. So now that I've drawn that, guys, I'm looking at it in a 2D view, and to get a 3D view, I can simply click on this house up the top here. And that brings in a 3D view of what I'm looking at. What I'd like you to do now is pause the video very shortly, but have a go at holding down the Shift key and pressing down on the middle mouse wheel to orbit your job around. Also have a go at zooming in and out using the scroll wheel of your mouse. So highly recommended that you grab a mouse when doing any of this. If I just hold down the scroll wheel, I can pan. So this is what I want you to be able to do. I want you to be able to shift middle mouse wheel, orbit, middle mouse wheel, pan. So just pressing down the middle mouse wheel and moving my mouse. Scroll using the mouse wheel. If you can do all those, that's great. And then get back to a 2D view by going to the level you want to draw on. 3D view by going to the house. So just pause the video now and have a go at doing that, and don't move on unless you're able to do that. The next thing we're going to do is we might have a go at adding a floor. So I think the best way to add floors, windows, doors, or anything like that is to be in the actual 2D view, because it gives you a better representation for dimensions and all the rest of it as to where you're placing certain items. So to get into that 2D view, I'm going to go back to level 1, and I'm going to click on floor, and I could pick boundaries, so that would select the walls and create that, or I can do it by creating a shape. So I might just do it by a shape for now. And so if I left click and then drag that out, I've drawn, and it's in pink at the moment, a perimeter for where I would like a floor. And if I go to my properties, it's telling me that the floor is going to be 362 millimeters thick. Wow, I could park a plane on there. So we might try and find something a little bit thinner. Even 150 mil is quite thick, but we'll go for that with that for now. So that's there. I'm then, to finish it, I need to select this green tick. So if I don't select it, and I'm doing this on purpose, and I go back to architecture and I go, oh, what's happening here? I can't tick on anything. We'll have a look. This tab here is green, but I'm not in it. Maybe if I go over to it and have a look, and there you'll see that you haven't finished something. Okay, so I'm then just going to go finish sketch. Once I click away from it and try and click on it, like I'm clicking in there now, I can't select the floor. So you would almost think that it's not there. So after you do a floor, click on the house command, and you will be able to see the floor that you've just done. I might leave it at that for this video so that it's not too long, and I'll create a second video to show you how to do windows, doors, and a roof.